So I started playing piano when I was probably like 10 or 11, which is actually older than a lot of people start doing it. But I think I really took to it because I did it because I wanted to, whereas a lot of kids, their parents just like give them piano lessons and they don't really take to it. So I really took an interest to that and I advanced pretty quickly in piano. I did like classical training, so I took exams and that kind of thing. And then when I got to high school, I joined the band at my school. And I had a really awesome music director who was just really invested in all of her students. And so I was able to just try out various instruments and it just kind of snowballed. So I started with the flute and then I was like, oh, I want to play the clarinet. And then I'm going to play the tenor saxophone. And then I picked up the oboe and then I played the piccolo and I played percussion because I had piano, so I would play like the xylophone and stuff like that. And so I basically got stuck wherever in the band they needed somebody. I really love the woodwind instruments though. The flute probably still is my favorite just because that was my first one, but in terms of just instruments, I still love the piano the most.
Just when you think you know all of her talents, you learn so much more about Haley Yerxa. You learn that not only can she play more than 5 instruments, but that she also holds a black belt in Taekwondo.
Taekwondo definitely came a little bit before I started playing various instruments, but I think it was one of those things where I was just really curious, artistic, interested in anything, and I liked physical activity. I did dance growing up, and so Taekwondo was something that allowed me to continue almost in an artistic way, but also physical, and I think my parents wanted my sister and I to get some self-defense skills, so it kind of got all of it in one.
So how did Yerxa get into the game of golf?
It wasn't until I was 12, I think, that my dad signed me up for the drive, chip, and putt, which is a kid's kind of skills challenge run by the Masters, and it was really new at the time. I think he just wanted a chance to go to Augusta, like if I ever happened to make it. And at the time, I don't even think I had put together like an 18-hole score of golf, but I just got so into the preparation for the competition and like actually having something to work toward, because I think that was what was missing for me with golf. And I went to the competition and I had a ton of fun. I made it to the second stage. I didn't make it to Augusta, but from then on I was like, I want to play golf. And so I started going, we had a winter golf school that I went to that year, really built my swing, and the next year I started playing tournaments.
Only Haley could gracefully blend her love of the arts with her love for the game.
I think one of the hardest things for me playing piano was how nervous you get and how much that affects your hands. And golf is the same way because, I mean, your hand is the point of contact with the golf club and you don't really notice it, but that anxiety and that adrenaline can really mess you up, especially when you're, over your first putt on the first green. And so it's a lot like a piano performance. When you start off, you're nervous, you're shaky, you might miss a couple notes, you might hit a few like bad shots on the first few holes, but then you usually find your stride pretty quickly. And then it's when you're doing it well, when you feel in the zone, it just flows out of you. Like you don't even notice that you're doing it anymore. Physically, I think there's actually a lot of similarities. Taekwondo is a very lower body kick-focused martial art, so the flexibility and the hip rotation and everything that comes from that actually translates into golf. And there is a lot of discipline and a lot of mental focus that comes with something as disciplined as a martial art like Taekwondo.
Now a graduate transfer, Haley has painted a new picture at Georgia Southern.
I think it's really awesome to look back and see how far I've come, because I did start pretty late. I saw a lot of progress really quickly, but I didn't have some of the scores that a lot of the girls being recruited have. And so my coach at Florida Gulf Coast before this kind of took a chance on me because I was more of a potential player than somebody who was already good coming in. And I grew so much in the 4 years that I was there, and seeing how that got me here now and seeing what I've accomplished, it's like, it just blows my mind to think that if I hadn't chosen to come down and play college golf, I never would have gotten to do the things I've done, both on the golf course and the personal accomplishments that I've had since then too.